Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Friday, February the 28th, 2013, last day of February. So let's look at the markets here. The U.S. markets starting off with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. What we're looking at here is a very weak market that's actually topping, and I'll kind of show you how I see that. We've been having a massive move for a while here, like this move, until we get to the point that we're no longer justified and so forth and so on. So what we're seeing here, we had this massive move up here, and then we just topped out. What we did is we come up here and pull back and come up here again, pull back and come up here again, pull back, come up again, pull back, and now we come up here intraday, get a sell signal here on a couple days ago. We talked about when that happened, and we sold off about 200 points. And we bounced up here again, and 3 days later we get a very clearly defined shooting star signal, which is a sell signal. Whenever you see these situations when you have a hammer that's flipped upside down, that is a sell signal. Whenever you have a pullback and you get a nice hammer candlestick formation, that's a buy signal. And whenever you get a nice little rally that you've had for a while here, and then you get a shooting star signal, that's a sell signal. It's upside down. This one indicates buy pressure. This one indicates sell pressure. Now, with all of this, we have to consider what's causing this market rally. This one we told you about before it happened. This would be because of fourth quarter earnings. We'd see a nice rally there, but that fourth quarter earnings news is coming to its completion, and as that happens, we'll see less and less steam to the upside. Also, if you look at this from another perspective, just notice the high close there. Let me get the tools again. High close, you can see here, versus the high close here. You can see that we're trending up in price activity, yet the corresponding time period on the ultimate oscillator is indicating a downtrend here. This tells you that momentum to the upside is decreasing while price is still moving to the upside, and that is a sell signal. It's another reason to be very, very cautious here, and why I didn't tell you to go out here and buy in this market. You had no hammer candlestick formation here, and as you guys know, if you've been with us for any amount of time, when you have a pullback, especially a shallow one, that bounces again and there's no hammer off that bottom, this is not a true bottom. You will take this out. So let's consider that. If you have this move that's made us move up here, pulls back, it's very shallow, telling you this is going to get taken out later, then you come up here, take out the previous high, and you start to form sell signals. You're going to roll up over here and eventually do this number and then come down here and take out that previous low. That's going to give you a first shoulder and a head formation, and you're basically just topping. So all of this activity to the upside, and then big move to the downside, and big move to the upside, don't think anything about that. This is nothing more than a topping pattern. It takes some time to develop, but it's a very nasty topping pattern, which will eventually cause us to go much lower. Taking a quick glance here at the NASDAQ, try to find some confirmation of what I just told you on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see that we have had this massive move for a while, same time period, hammer candlestick formation off the bottom, off that low point on the 50-period moving average. We expect to find your buy opportunities there. A nice move here to the upside. Then we start getting a lot of gaps in the pattern, and we're not a fan of that. We advance to stop. We get stopped out. She's moving to the upside, making more and more gaps. One here, kept doing that again and again and again. We told you that was unsustainable. It would erase, and that's exactly what happens here. You get a pullback to the 50-period moving average, form a hammer. So if you took advantage of that the following day, getting confirmation, that's a great move for you. I'd advance that stop. Stop would have been here. You would advance that stop to at least this point here to eliminate your risk on the trade, and if you wanted to advance it to this point, that's fine as well. You just keep locking in your gains, because this is not a strong signal here. What we're doing here is we sold off, and then we're bouncing back up here, but we're getting a shooting star signal confirming the same signal we saw on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's a sell signal. There's sell pressure here that wasn't here before. There was no sell signal here. There's no shooting star. So now we're starting to see those develop. You can still press higher here. It's not something that I'm telling you that right now I would start selling it, but it's something that I would keep an eye on. Again, same overall pattern. If you come up here and take out the previous high, which is quite possible, there's no sell signal right here, there's no shooting star, so you could still see a little bit higher, then all you're actually doing is forming the first shoulder, the head formation, and then you will come back down and test this low here. So again, this will be forming a topping pattern, and again, nothing that I want to be a buyer of. As I've pointed out before, you can't even see all the chart anymore. If you go to the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, these charts are kept there. You can check them out. All my annotations are on there. You can even go back further in time and see my annotations from that point. The main thing here is that this entire move right here is suspect. This entire rally is actually showing that it's going to break down. You know that because of the actual price activity and how it's reflected on the ultimate oscillator. You've got a high point here on the ultimate oscillator, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. What you're seeing here is this entire thing is one great big bearish divergence. This whole thing, this price is going up here, momentum to the upside saying it's not sustainable, and it's going to end up being erased, all of it. So again, all I'm seeing here is a massive formation for a great sell in the future. The SPX, or the S&P 500 Large Cap Index, is confirming the same overall signal. Nice massive move here on good news that we get on the fourth quarter. And then we get a nice pullback here. You'll notice, again, same overall signals. No hammer formation here, confirming what we were seeing on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Nice move up here, and now we're getting a shooting star signal, which we were not seeing before. We did see one intraday at the same level, and then it quickly turned into a massive sell-off here, and now we're seeing it for the entire day's candlestick, which is a very good sign. It can still press higher here. It doesn't have to immediately turn over and start going lower. It can, but they can also fake you out with the first signal and then push a little higher, which I would actually expect to happen because we didn't see a shooting star here. So I expect we'll test that high, take it out, and then get a better sell signal. And at that point, you'll get confirmation, and I would probably take that opportunity, as we would at that point be seeing what I'm talking about with all the other charts. We're just seeing the first shoulder formation and the head formation, and then we'll come down, take out this level, and that'll give us a better neckline sloping down, which is again more telling of a bearish move whenever you have a neckline sloping down. And again, you will see that slope down because there's no hammer here, therefore this is not a true bottom. The last chart I'm going to be showing you today will be the VIX, which runs the inverse of the S&P 500. Therefore, when the S&P 500 is really, really bullish, the VIX should be very, very bearish, and vice versa. So in this particular case, you can see, we talked about this before, you had a massive gap here. It was going to get filled. That's exactly what happened here. Then we turned around, sold back off. But when you see this candlestick formation here, hammer candlestick at the 50-period moving average, and you're in an uptrend, I mean that you take this high point here, this higher high here, you can see that we broke out of that downtrend, and we had this situation going here, we come down here, we come up here, we get a series of higher lows, higher highs, we're in an uptrend, we come up here, we pull back. This is perfect little uptrend formation going on, nothing wrong with this actual chart pattern here. And then all we're doing here is setting up a nice buy signal. Now, why would you set up a buy signal on a VIX, which would be indicating that the VIX is moving to the upside, which would indicate that the S&P 500 would be moving to the downside? So you're getting confirmation on every chart that you look at telling you the same thing. The market is getting top heavy. The VIX is where you want to be a buyer, which means you'd be looking to sell the U.S. markets, especially looking at the S&P 500. So again, I see no reason here whatsoever to be bullish markets, and in fact, I've been looking for a sell opportunity. Okay. If you've not been to the free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. I will make another one of these videos as soon as this one's been viewed 1,000 times. Main thing I want to tell you is anything that I've talked about in this tutorial video that you don't understand, simply go over here to the technical section here, and you'll find video after video teaching you everything that I know about technical analysis. You'll also find the same thing on fundamentals. So God bless, take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.